Hey guys, it's JStars360 here with a video that hang on a second. Sorry, I just needed to take those off because what I'm about to talk to you guys about is something very serious, and since it's a serious subject matter, I thought that I should do something a bit more serious, which is taking these off. Now, so first off, I want to forgive if my eyes movement is off at all during this video, like if I'm wandering my eyes, because I've never done this before. I'm gonna try and look at the camera, but I'm also reading off an outline, so if my eyes are wandering around, I apologize. So I'm making this video because a few days ago, Thursday if you want to be more specific, JewWario, who, if you don't know who JewWario is, his real name is Justin. He did a bunch of videos on YouTube. He was part of that guy with the glasses. He was this big internet personality, and unfortunately, Thursday, he passed away. And when I first heard the news, I was sad. I mean, someone died. That's pretty tragic. But one thing that struck me as odd was that, he was a young guy. Like, he was born in the 70s, so he's like 30, 40. So it seemed kind of sad but odd that he would die as young as he did. And then I found out he committed suicide. He was suffering depression, and killed himself. And after watching, Angry Joe did a video today where he talked about JewWario's passing and how sorry it was. And when I saw that video, I thought I should do a video as well. And I'm not going to talk too much about JewWario's death, Justin's death, I should say. But this is mainly going to be a video about me talking about depression and suicide, because it is a major issue. It is an issue that unfortunately lots of people go through, and I need to say something on it. But first off, I just want to say a quick word to Justin. I didn't watch that much of him, but I did see some videos of him, specifically the Sude videos where they're reviewing the Pokemon movies. And I really enjoyed him in there. He was great, and I'm probably going to start watching more of his videos now because I really liked what I saw there. And it's going to be a real shame for them to have to do more Sude videos about JewWario. And so before I get into me talking about suicide and depression, I just want to say, rest in peace, Justin. From what I've seen of you, you seem like a really great guy. Fun, and my condolences to Justin's friends and family, and the people on that guy with the glasses who are, I guess in a sense, also family to him. I know this loss must be hard for you if any of you guys are watching this. So now I want to talk I'm going to talk about suicide, and more specifically depression, but also suicide. And I might sound like a bit of a broken record, but I'm going to try but again, I do want to talk about this since this is sort of a major issue, and it's sort of relevant. It's always relevant, but especially now that this person has passed away, I feel like it would be an especially appropriate time for me to talk about it. And I'm going to try and keep it original, because people have said a lot of the same things. So, suicide. You should not do it. I mean, I know life can be hard sometimes. Trust me, I know. There are moments in life where things seem depressed, when you just want it to end. Where it may seem better to die now than to live through what for some people might be hell. But you shouldn't. Because once you die, you are gone. Someone said, suicide is a fun game you can only play once. And yes, while you may seem depressed, while it seems bad, you can get out of depression. Now, there's this YouTube video which I tried to find, and I'll look for it a bit after I've finished with this video, that I found where this amazing video on how life can get better. But anyway, so yeah, if you're depressed, you should never consider suicide, because I'm not going to get into specifics here, but in my life there have been these moments where I've never thought of suicide, but I was not having that big of an outlook on life. Like, I wasn't really happy. I thought, life was going to suck. If you want more specifically, it was middle school, but which I think a lot of people can understand. I mean, middle school is probably everyone's least favorite part of school. But point is, I'm not going to get into specifics, but point is, in middle school, for reasons I won't disclose in this video, just because I don't want to give my whole life story on YouTube. But anyway, there were moments when I was like, man, my life is not going to get better. And no, I didn't say that, but I was not that happy. But I told myself, hang in there. Maybe if you hang in there, life will get better. And it did. Since then, I have had so many incredible experiences. I've had a lot of really good and fun, happy moments. And that's all because I stuck with life, and I did not think for a moment to consider killing myself. And then there are always these moments in my life, where I'm like, man, life sucks right now. But I always hang in there because I always know that a really good moment is going to come up that I wouldn't have if I were to end my life. So that's one thing I want to say. If you're depressed right now, life does get better. I mean, life has its highs and its lows, all right? You might be in a low for longer than everyone else, but you will get out of it. Now, that being said, you can't just sit there and mope and dope to get out of life. You need to do something. And if you're not just a little down, but if you're really, really down, all the time, you seriously need to get help. You need to do something with your life. So, first off, don't be afraid to talk to people. I mean, if you are depressed or know someone's depressed, hopefully you or they have someone who they can talk to and confide in. Someone who they can open up and say whatever they want to say. It could be a close friend, it could be boyfriend or girlfriend, a family member, a guidance counselor, a social worker, whatever. If you don't have someone, get something. And to those people who are acting as confidants, these depressed people, make them seem like they can trust you. Give them no reason to think, oh my gosh, I shouldn't tell them this. Be accepting of whatever they tell you, because if you give them a reason to be afraid to say something to you, if you're going to lash out at them or something, they're not going to be as inclined to tell people. I don't know. Again, not to get into specifics, but there are some moments where and I think everyone can relate to this, where you don't tell someone something because you're afraid of how they're going to react. So, for those of you, just be as open as possible. I mean, if person doesn't feel like they can trust you, they're not going to tell you if they're depressed or not. But if you have such a really strong, open relationship, then they'll probably tell you. So make sure you keep it open. And if you don't have anyone, call a hotline. If you're in school, talk to your guidance counselor. If you're in college, social worker. Talk to someone. Don't keep it to yourself. That's ugly. Have an outlet. Or even if you don't want those, keep a journal or something. Because, a little short story here. Once I don't want to get into books, but once I was a camper at a sleepaway camp, and there were certain things both good and bad, I didn't. I overall really enjoyed being a camper at a sleepaway camp. There were certain things that some things that would bother me or get on my nerves. I didn't feel comfortable telling other people, so I'd keep this journal and put it down there and just let it out there. So that's another option. But yeah, I primarily talk to people. And also, find something to keep you going. Find something that you can use to relieve the stress of whatever you're feeling throughout the day. It could be, a friend you hang out with, a good book, TV, anything. Just something that keeps you going. Something that gives you a reason to wake up every morning besides drugs that's self-destructive. I mean, I know they could feel good, but trust, don't use drugs as your outlet. Or YouTube. Like YouTube, studies show that 10 minutes of YouTube can relieve stress. And it's helped me relieve stress. Like, I know that's pretty much how I unwind all the time is YouTube, or for, like, that guy with the glasses, like Doug Walker. Apparently there's a lot of people who were really depressed, but Doug Walker's videos as Nostalgia Critic kept him going. So find something. So that's all I have to say. Oh yeah, there's going to be a link in the description if you want to give money to JewWario's family. I'll have that in the description. And that's all I have to say at this point. I've said everything I want to say about depression and suicide. Sorry if I was redundant all, but I felt I needed to talk about this. This is such a big issue. And hopefully I don't need to do more of these. If any major issue comes up, I will do another video where I'm not wearing the sunglasses, but hopefully it won't come to that. And that's it. This is JStar360, and I will see you guys in the next video. And have a good day, and if any of you guys are feeling depressed or suicide, even if I don't know you, you guys are probably amazing. If any girls are watching this, you're probably the most beautiful. Actually, I probably shouldn't say. Let me start over. If anyone watching this is experiencing depression or feeling depressed, I really hope you get out of it as soon as possible, and that you feel better. So that's pretty much all I have to say at this point. And this is JStarWars360 signing out. I'll see you guys later, and if you are depressed, it gets better. Bye.